Hey everybody, I'm back. If you don't know me, my name is Andrew. I'm the product evangelist for ScreenFlow and Wirecast here at Telestream. And we thought we'd do some live streaming on our ScreenFlow page today. We've been giving Wirecast all the love, and as you may have heard, we did announce last week that Wirecast can now stream to Facebook Live. It's a really cool partnership that we're super excited about. But we can also, if you didn't know about this already, if you've been using ScreenFlow for a long time, ScreenFlow will let you publish your videos directly to your Facebook page as well. So I thought I'd just take a moment to show you that, maybe live, and if we have some time, we'll take some questions and answers. I have a project here that I actually recently did in ScreenFlow, so I thought maybe I will share that with you. So let me pull up my screen here. You should be able to see that. And what I want to do is pull up my most recent quick tip video that basically talks about using green screen in your ScreenFlow videos. So what I'm going to do is launch the project here, and I just called it ScreenFlow quick tip, and they'll just pull up here, and you can, if you have already, obviously you don't want to do this step till you've already checked everything, and hopefully I've checked everything. It looks pretty good. I think it's ready to go. So what I want to do is share it or publish it to my Facebook page or to our ScreenFlow page. And what's cool about this is that you can use this step. I mean, obviously all this media is already in your ScreenFlow project. It's done, it's edited, you've added your titles, you've added your music, whatever it is that you need to add. And this is really the final step of sharing it with, out to the world. And we make that really easy for you in ScreenFlow. So I'm just going to go up to my file menu here. I'm going to go down to publish and just choose any of these destinations, but Facebook is who we're sharing with and streaming live on today. So we're going to show you that. And then choose the size that you want to use, as well as any of these other things. I like 30 frames per second. That's basically what the content's in. And I'm also going to choose the motion blur. I like the way that looks. And I can also save a local copy to my hard drive. So I'm not only publishing to the web, but I'm also saving a local copy, say, on the desktop. So I'll just do that and hit save. And next, if you haven't already logged into your Facebook page, it would ask you to log in, ask for your password. Once you have that, it's just going to ask for a title for the video. And just type that in. And this is just a quick video showing you how to use chroma key, green screen, in ScreenFlow. All right, and it's already automatically set to public on this page, and I'm just going to publish it. And so ScreenFlow will take over at that point. It will start encoding and pushing it out to the Facebook page. So that's where we're going to publish this quick tip video, which you should be able to see as soon as it's done. So while that's going on, why don't we see if anybody's joined us or if anybody's watching. We could take some questions. I could cover some other stuff if we have some time, or if anybody wants to ask any questions while we're doing this. So all you have to do is post on the Facebook page, or if you're watching the live broadcast, you can post a comment or a like or put a question any there in the comments page right there. So feel free to do that. We're standing by if you need anything. We'll be on the air for another few minutes here while our project is exporting. Should take about 7 more minutes. In the meantime, if you are new to ScreenFlow or if you haven't used it before, I'm just going to show you some cool stuff here. So why don't I pull up a web browser right here for you. I'm going to do Safari. And I'm going to show you some cool stuff on our website that you can use to kind of increase your skills when it comes to ScreenFlow, and kind of some of the stuff you may not know about if you've been a long-term ScreenFlow user that we make available to you at the Telestream website. So just go to telestream.net, and right on the main page, when that loads up here, you'll find all of our products listed. You can find them just down below in thumbnails. You can click on ScreenFlow. That's a great way to do that. You'll find, if you can get a free trial, or if you're ever curious on how it works, it's totally unlimited. You can use that button to get a free download, try out new features if you're on an older version. I really recommend moving up to ScreenFlow 5, which is the latest version, if you haven't already done that, because there's just a ton of cool new stuff, including snapback features and actions. So, for those of you who might have been using ScreenFlow for a long time, before you had to manually undo a zoom or anything like that you did to zoom into your screen or show a feature. Now you can just, in ScreenFlow 5, add a quick snapback action, and ScreenFlow will automatically do the opposite of whatever you just did. It saves you a ton of time. So I was just talking to another power user last week, and he was like, that feature alone was gold, and one of the main reasons is he upgraded to ScreenFlow 5. So I highly recommend ScreenFlow 5. If you haven't checked it out, you can get that free trial there. But what I want to show you more specifically is our resources page. And this is where we are constantly going to be putting up tutorials. We put up webinars. I do those. We just did a big one on online video courses and how to make online trainings with ScreenFlow. It was very high level, very kind of basic, but it did go into some detail on how you might present material using ScreenFlow if you're an educator or a course instructor or an e-learning professional, someone like that. So there's a lot of good stuff, and you can find all that on this page on the website. So that's definitely something I wanted to talk about. If there's, if you're just getting started, or if it's kind of a new, you really don't know where to go with ScreenFlow, it's not that hard to get going on it. It's a really, honestly, very easy to use program. We try to make it as simple as possible for you. But if you're feeling a little lost and you want some guidance, I would head down to the basics webinars series right here. And in this, I kind of just walk you through in like an hour, just really slowly learning the software. And then we cover kind of setting up your projects and recording, because that can get kind of confusing, what sort of sources are available to you, as well as exporting and publishing your projects. That's kind of covers more of how you might want to encode it, kind of what we're doing right now with this in the background here, where we're publishing to ScreenFlow or to other destinations. There's a lot of different places you can send your videos. So we try to make it really easy for you to push them wherever you want to send them. So keep that in mind. So if there's any other questions that are on your mind, feel free to ask them in the comments section. I'm not seeing a ton here in the comments, so maybe this will come later on. But I'm happy to do that if anybody has anything for you. Another thing that you might need to know if you are, an avid ScreenFlow user, that you haven't, or you're maybe a little, on an older version, you want to know what's new, or maybe some features that you didn't know about in ScreenFlow 5. I talked about the snapback actions, but there's a lot of other ones that you may not be aware of, or just want to get familiar with if something that you've been wanting to dive back into, or just haven't had time to really go more than on a surface level with what's available in the program. You can go to another webinar that we did every time we release a new version of ScreenFlow, we always do a what's new webinar. We'll sit with you for during an hour, and we'll just go over all the cool new stuff. And I did that back when ScreenFlow 5 came out, and it's just in this webinar called the What's New in ScreenFlow 5. And I actually went over did some iOS recording, which is a really cool feature of ScreenFlow 5 that's new in ScreenFlow 5. So if you have an iPhone, something like this, or an iPad, or you do any work like that, and you ever need to record what's going on the screen as part of a lesson or a demonstration, or maybe you're an app designer and you just want to show people how your app works, or test it and kind of show how it's working, maybe you're on a design team, ScreenFlow can do that. It can help you capture that source, and you can edit the video right in the timeline, just like you would edit a video like this coming in from a camera or something else like that. So it's super friendly that way, and I would just recommend checking out that project or that webinar, and then it's got an attached demo project that you can use. All right, so it looks like our project here is almost done. I'm going to pull that up here. By the way, we're using Wirecast to live stream right now to you, so I'm kind of just operating two computers, running the Wirecast machine as well as the ScreenFlow machine here, so apologies if I get a little confused on which mouse to use. And what I wanted to we'll check on the progress here. Let's see in the background. Right there. Got about a minute remaining. This project in particular, it's not long. It's just part of a series of new quick tips that I'll try to be doing on a semi-regular basis so that I can provide you with like real practical tips to using ScreenFlow. Just things that I've discovered as I work through ScreenFlow and make more projects, or things that users have shared. If you have anything you want to share, please do that. You can tweet us at ScreenFlow and message us there, or you can message us on Facebook. And we'll be happy to take those if you have ideas for quick tip videos or things you want to know. We have a support team that's happy to help you on the spot, but I'm always looking for things that I can share in a video. And if you have like ScreenFlow videos you want to share, please send them to us. I'd love to see examples of how people are using ScreenFlow. I'd like to see projects that people are doing and techniques or things that you may not have been aware of. So a really cool I've been kind of out there looking for some of the ways people are using ScreenFlow. A really cool blog post that I just came across. I think we've shared it before on some of our social media channels, but I'll share with you right now in case you haven't heard of it or seen it. This is an awesome blog post. And it's on, if you just Google InVision app, Andy Orsau, that's his name. And he does an amazing blog on creating GIFs with ScreenFlow. So if if you're familiar with creating, so this is it. It's on the blog invisionapp.com. 7 tips for creating awesome GIFs. And this is such a cool post. He goes over how he did this whole animation in ScreenFlow. And, a lot of people think he's using After Effects or things like that, and he doesn't use any of that. He just uses ScreenFlow. In fact, it's kind of his secret sauce. So he goes in there and talks about it in depth, way more advanced than stuff that I've done in ScreenFlow. So I think you want to take it from an expert like Andy. He is amazing. He did this blog a few years ago, and he continues to update it. You can even find his example project all the way at the bottom. So we just got an update that our ScreenFlow video is done, by the way. So we'll go back and check that. But there's even, as I said, he posted the projects he did at the bottom. So you can download the file and pick it apart and see exactly what he did. So highly recommend Andy Orsau's blog. We'll be doing a feature on him coming up in some of our press materials. So look for that. And let's check on our progress here with our video, huh? So looking good. It's all done. We should also have a file on the hard drive on the desktop here. I'm just going to minimize all this. And there it is, my ScreenFlow quick tip video on chroma key. I can pull it up here. Looking good. And we'll also pull open the Safari window again. And let me actually pull that up here. We're going to go to pull this back up here real fast. And I'm just going to head over to the ScreenFlow Facebook page. And let's look for see if our video uploaded. So there's the live stream, by the way. I'm going to click on our timeline and see if we can find our videos on the left here. They should be under the video section. Cool. So it's actually getting some of the live streaming that we're doing, so that's good to know. And that's actually showing that I'm live now, which is awesome. And then the ScreenFlow, this is a previous kind of razzle-dazzle one that we did. So I'll have to make sure that this video uploaded correctly, but all things said, it went smoothly. It should have updated to the public page. So we'll find that on there and let me know if, what you think of the video. All right, guys, that's all for now. I'm gonna sign off. Thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll see you next time, live on Facebook or in one of the quick tip videos. That's all for me from Telestream, And just want to say thanks for tuning in. We'll see you soon. We'll try to do more of these live broadcasts either on our Facebook page or on our Wirecast Facebook page. We enjoy doing them, and the more people that come out and watch, the more we'll be able to take questions and do stuff like this. So hope to see you guys soon, and so long.